One of my friends requested this look. Okay, we're doing this. It's actually going to be so simple, and I feel like it's the perfect holiday going into New Year's Eve, all of that. Plus, I'm going to give you a nude lip and a red lip because I got to match these nails. Also, make sure that you're following my friend Ash. I'm pretty sure that you already are. She's amazing. Make sure that you're following her because she did this look. I don't know what's going on here. I'll tell y'all every day till I fall on the floor. Listen, this is not a hair page, but she has a lot of volume in her hair, so I know that rollers do that. I think I'm so bad at hair. That's okay. I could do makeup. I can do makeup sometimes. So we're going to start with some clean canvas and a C31. And believe it or not, this look is so simple. I'm so excited to share it with all of you. But there is a lot of brightening that goes on the inner corner. So let's make sure that we take our base pretty far over this way. And I do want y'all to know that instead of drawing a line underneath my brow, I kind of press that base in there, and the bristles make sure that I don't have a harsh line. I'm not into the harsh line right now. I might be into the harsh line next week. You just never know. Makeup vibes change. But for right now, I like these. I actually love this palette. I did that. That was all me. Absolutely feral day. But I absolutely love this palette. I'm going to start with this shade. And this is the newer one. I'm pretty sure it's been reformulated. We'll just grab 2 swipes. Notice that I went into the shadow only 2 times. Let's take that and just start to lay this down as our transition. I'm sure most of us have warm tones, so I figured this would be a really good tutorial to do. But we definitely want to start to bring it out this way. Looks like Ash took it out this way a little bit. We might connect it later with bronzer. We shall see. And I will say most of that shadow is focused towards the outer part. So it really stops about right there. It's very open towards the inner part of the eye for our sparkle moment later. What is even there? Ooh, the hair. Do you know what really helps keep both sides of your eyeshadow very even? It's knowing exactly how many times you went into this eyeshadow. If we're just mindful, remember we went in 1, 2. So that same amount is going to be on this side now. And these are the things that I wish somebody would have told me. I remember when I first started, I would just kind of like go back and forth in here, swipe, do this, all that. Obviously, I'm gonna have to put a little bit more back on there now. I know how much, but just be mindful of how much you're picking up, and you'll find that your eyeshadow turns out a lot more even every single time. Also, when I mentioned I know exactly how much more to pick up, by this time I can even look and see how much eyeshadow is on here. I needed to tap in just a little bit more. That's about how much I knocked off. That just comes with doing makeup every single day. But if you don't do it every single day and you're struggling and your eyeshadow isn't turning out evenly, just be mindful of how much you're picking up. I know that I say that a lot, but it helps so much. So it is shaded through here. This is a little bit different angle. Thank goodness for different angles. I love when the makeup artists get different angles of the look. So I'm using that same exact shade, but I'm not coming down this way. I'm really going up this way. And I'm gonna drag the brush very lightly just so you can kind of see exactly where it's going. And one thing I see celebrity artists do a lot is connect the bronzer through here, and it's gorgeous. I love it. I don't really do it a lot because I don't normally shape my nose, but I'm doing it today. So we're just taking it, but I want you to realize how high we're taking it. So we're not doing this normal shape of the eye, this kind of curve here that we're very used to. We're going way above that and even a little into the brow, and we'll come back with bronzer later. Also, let's make sure that we're extending it. It's very extended towards the temple. That gives lift to the eye. It gives a lot of wee. See that right there? It's almost like creating that shadow wing. Lift. Let's add a little bit more depth here. Just a smidgy. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. Let's use this one. This one has a little bit too much red. Let's use this one. And notice that I grabbed it on the tip of the brush. That way we can just create a little bit more dimension here, still pressing. And we can always tilt our head back a little bit. Perfect. Still tapping. We're gonna have more control. Once we get into the darker shadows, tapping really does help. because this could really migrate and go everywhere, get out of control. So we're just gonna have a lot more control if we really be more mindful of how much we pick up on that brush and if we tap it where we want it. Now I feel like it's connected this way, but let me go double check that. Figured y'all want to see how I'm studying this. This is actually how I'm looking at my phone. I don't have vision problems up close, but I find myself perplexed. Let me see if there's another picture. There we go. Just as I suspected. Ever so lightly connected, but I think we might want to connect it in a second. Let's get our champagne shadow on. I love what I do. So before I apply this, I want you to go watch this video. This is important, but I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to wipe away any of that base that might be here. Just kind of tap that away, and then once you watch this, you'll understand. Okay, now that you've watched that, you'll know why I wiped this away. And I just put base all over my eye. I never know what I'm going to use or where I'm going. So if you're wondering, Rose, why didn't you just leave it bare? That's because I don't know where the heck I'm going. This color is going to be perfect. It's literally a perfect champagne satin that's not too sparkly because we're still going to add them sparkles. Remember, short dense brush. I hope you watched that video. Please go watch it. It's so helpful. Just kind of melt that in, and we can even take it over this way too. You do that over here. This is my C31 that we're using. You'd be surprised how often you need short, dense bristles. So let's go ahead and bring it over this way. Make sure it's pretty even. This isn't a cut crease situation, so it's a lot easier. Just double checking. So now let's lay down that dark brown. And there's going to be a little bit more depth we're going to add, but we're not there yet. But let's go ahead and connect it. I did switch to an E27 for the precision. Look at this. It's perfect. It's so perfect we must whisper. Let's kind of shade it up. Hers is extremely lifted. She's got less years on her than I do. But now let's take our E28 again and just tap over it, because it's defined, but then it's also not. It's very soft. There we go. It's almost like, is it there? Is it not there? But I do want to finish going across the entire lash line with the dark color in an E27. And then I'm even going to grab another eyeliner, just add a lot of depth at the roots of my lash for a very smoky effect, because her lash line is very, very smoky. Isn't that pretty? And then wait for the shimmer. Grabbing my Shiseido liner. This is in the shade brown. This is just going right on the lash line. I'm going to stop it there too. Right into the roots of the lashes. And then we'll grab our E27 again and just soften that top part. Nice and smudgy. Okay, her lashes look pretty floofy, honestly. They were given floof. I love these lashes. They're very intense. They're floofers. But I will say this is probably one of the most comfortable pair of very fluffy lashes. Let's press these into my actual lashes. All right, let's get our foundation on, and I'm loving the way this one's wearing. Love it. Let me see if I need to mix it. Because we're going to go a little bit, no, that looks perfect. We're going to go a little bit heavier with our bronzer today. Somewhere there's a brush. There it is. Look how pretty this is. Ooh, that match. Let's grab some more of it. Brush is coming soon, y'all. I know that y'all are gonna ask. And I'm just so grateful that y'all notice these things. I appreciate y'all so much. Now, by now you've seen me do this 1,000 times, but it never hurts to watch it again. Grab it on a fluffy brush. Remember, fluffy bristles mean less product. If I was using dense bristles, I'd have a lot more coverage. So we're gonna go around here. That's starting to look just like hers. See that lip? See how that shadow's there and we didn't really notice it until we get our foundation on? Let's go around it, and now there should be hardly anything left. Let's take that across here. You can even take it here. It's not gonna mess with the wear because you're using such a small amount. But we don't realize how pigmented a foundation is, and that's what we want. We want that pigment. I'm not using a lot of the product, I'm just using that pigment that's in there to kind of shift this to look more natural. Ugh, looks perfect. So her under eye looks really highlighted, and it looks like she really doesn't even have on a very warm bronzer. We'll get to that in a second. For right now, let's work this in with a C31. And I went for a more brightening concealer. And since my eyeshadow wasn't too heavy, I didn't feel like I needed any corrector today. So we're just gonna go in with this. We're gonna go ahead and set the entire face. I'm gonna use my Givenchy powder here. Nice and brightening. This hair. We're gonna get back to the hair. We will revisit the hair momentarily. So before we do our bronze tour, that's a bronzy contour, that's still a touch warm, but it's definitely on the more cooler spectrum. So what I'm gonna do is, I do have powder here, I didn't think about it. You're learning something. She has blush very far over this way and even across her nose, and it does look to be very luminous, so I'm pretty sure it's a cream blush. This color is going to look identical. This is from M Cosmetics. The shade is called Baby. And I could swipe it on my face, but let's see how it goes. I'm also going to use my foundation brush, and the reason why is because there's still going to be foundation in this. And that's going to kind of get, it's perfect. That's going to give us a little bit more dewiness, and it's also going to help this blend because it's just melting everything together. And that looks identical. Let's take it across our nose. And the reason I can go on top of this powder, I was saying this foundation kind of acts as a buffer. So if there is going to be patchiness, this is kind of filling in the gaps as we go. It's little things like this. I wish somebody would have told me, but this color is perfect. And I'm also doing this before our shaping products. Let's call them that, our face shaping products. I know she has more across her nose. She's pretty blushed, and I love that look. I love it. It's so wintry and pretty. So let's do extra across here. Ooh, that is pretty. And then we'll just take our puff and set back over it. Zero patchiness. So it looks like she has on more of a cool tone than a warm tone. Especially underneath here. Especially in this lighting. I could be wrong, but this lighting looks very cool toned. I'm using this from Kevyn Aucoin. It's perfect. It's a true contour. The shade is light. And I'm picking that up on a C40. A very small amount. This stuff is very, very, very pigmented. And we'll just kind of go around. Yeah, that looks about right. Her forehead looks a little warmer, but under here looks more cool. But let's go ahead and use what's left, kind of connect here. I'm actually going to put a little bit more on the tip of the brush, that way it fits in here perfectly. Perfect. I'm also going to add a little bit of this blush. I just feel like it's going to be perfect. This is the one from RMS that is my absolute favorite. And I feel like it's going to give even more of that glow that she has. Her cheek is extremely glowy, even the apple. I think that's going to be perfect. Dark brown on an E27. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start on that inner corner situation. So there's a lot of inner corner going on. First of all, it's very, very bright through here. There is glitter And we are going to use real glitter, and I always use disclaimers with glitters. This is intended to be used the way I'm using it. But I always want to talk about glitters and how they're never technically eye safe. And I'm going to show you how I remove them as well. So the disclaimer is glitter is not eye safe. We all know this, but some of us are just going to be feral and we're going to do that. But what I want you to do is grab some tape, and when you go to remove it, take it and try your best to get all of that glitter off with the tape first. Proper removal. Even though there's technically not proper removal, I just need to tell y'all, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. But that is real glitter that she has on around her eye, and y'all are going to want to see it that way. So I'm going to do it the way that she has it, but just know glitter is never eye safe. Okay, love you, but moving on. So I'm really building up tassel because it's really intense, and then from there I'm kind of like diffusing it. You can see that. We're still not to the glitter part because there is glitter. Glitter. But for right now, if you just kind of tap tassel, it turns into kind of a fairy dust situation. I definitely see that going on. Ooh, that's a wow! I love makeup. Now we just need a dot of glitter glue. NYX makes one. I do love this one from Valentino, but I know it's spicy priced. And NYX does make one. And look what a small amount. Let's grab that on an E27. And we'll just tap that on top. And then we have our loose glitter. They don't call it loose glitter for nothing. It just wants to be on the loose. See, I just poured it there. Grab it here, and we'll just layer that on top. There we go. Picking up more of it. Just layer that up. That's so pretty. Again, please use tape to take this off. And I do want you to mention, I do want to mention that I didn't use that much. It's still not eye safe. I know I keep saying that, but it's not said enough. And I know so many of us use glitter, and that's really one of the reasons I stay away from glitter looks. But glitter's fun, and I know that some of us are going to use it. And I'm just taking a spoolie, just kind of sweeping away any glitter that might have RUNNOFT. So normally y'all tell me I look like Mariah Carey, and I'm like, oh, thanks. No, today I look like Mariah Carey. It's me, Mariah Carey. Let me clip that out of the way for just a second. I'm gonna do Endless Cacao today. Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. I haven't used this in forever. I feel like this was my security blanket for a very long time. I'm gonna do a red lip too, but let's do the nude one first. I purchased this nude lip the other day and I haven't used it yet. It's from Charlotte Tilbury. The shade just looked so nude and wonderful. I wanted it. It's really pretty. And then I'll take my lip liner and I'll just kind of continue to shade it. So I'm gonna film with the red lip. I'll film a little video of that. There you go. Also these layers. I will definitely save this look to my highlights. I know that y'all are gonna want this one. This is so classic and so pretty. You could even skip the glitter, but the glitter is so much fun, right? Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I love y'all so much. I have no idea what I'm posting tonight, but it's gonna be spicy. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. And oh, let me tell you this, hang on. I haven't really taken real days off in 3 or 4 years. I'm gonna take Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So if I'm MIA, I am fine. I am at home. I am safe. I am snuggled. I'm just gonna spend quality time with my family. And I know that y'all will understand that. I will be back Monday. Everything will be back to normal. We will cover ourselves in rhinestones and get ready for the new year. I am very excited. But tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to not post. I am not going to be on my stories. I am just going to take a couple days off and enjoy my family. Like I said, I know y'all understand. Thank you so much for all that you do. I love y'all so much. I love hanging out with y'all. I love playing in makeup with y'all. And I'm so excited for the new year. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you Monday.